Hello guys, so welcome back to Baby Steps to NEET PG. First of all, we are very sorry in being very inconsistent in these videos. We are both PG first years and it does sometimes get difficult to make these videos, but we will try to make more and more videos from now on. So let's read the question for the day. A woman presents with a pruritic rash on elbows and buttocks and has a recent diagnosis of gluten-sensitive enteropathy. On immunofluorescence, IgA deposition is seen as shown in the image given below. What is the most likely diagnosis? So as we do in any long question, we will first underline the keyword. First, what is the first step? That we will read the last line. So they are asking the diagnosis and then we will underline the keywords. So here keyword is pruritic rash on elbows, gluten sensitive enteropathy and IgA deposition. So even if we do not look at the picture, this question has so many clues that we can solve this question. But still, let's first look at the picture. So here we are seeing, first of all, let's identify. First of all, what is this? This is direct immunofluorescence. In direct immunofluorescence, we are seeing bound antibodies. And in indirect immunofluorescence, we are seeing circulating antibodies. So in direct immunofluorescence, the sample is tissue, that is biopsy. And in indirect immunofluorescence, the sample will be either serum or blister fluid. So in this picture, what we are seeing is that this is the epidermis and this is the dermis. This is the papillary dermis, that is, it has papilla, the projections, right? So what we are seeing here, that the tips of papillary dermis are glowing. So we know that the IgA is deposited on dermal papillary tips. If we see this picture from above, won't it look like multiple point. So this is also known as granular deposition. So this is what I have written, and why I have highlighted pruritic rash also in this question is that you might think that in derma everything is pruritic, but in the condition we are talking about right now, it has intensely pruritic rash on elbows and buttocks. That is why I've highlighted it. And the most giveaway, the biggest clue here is gluten sensitive enteropathy, that is celiac disease. So what is the skin manifestation of celiac disease? It is dermatitis herpetiformis. So let's learn about dermatitis herpetiformis. First of all, we have to look from the word only. The word will only give a lot of clues, so that at least some information we have covered through the word only. So why is it called dermatitis? It means that it is a skin manifestation of celiac disease. And herpetiformis, why? Because it presents with grouped vesicles on elbows and trunk. And grouped vesicles are classically seen in herpes. That is why herpetiformis, like herpes, herpetic form. So this was the information we got from the word. And then what is the pathogenesis of dermatitis herpetiformis? That the IgA that is formed against the tissue transglutaminase in the intestine cross reacts with the epidermal transglutaminase, which causes recruitment of neutrophils in these papillary tips to form papillary microabscess. We know that abscess is pus and pus is neutrophils. So that is why it is a neutrophilic condition. And in general, as a rule, we can remember that in neutrophilic conditions, the treatment is by dapsone, colchicine and steroids. So here we have written that the treatment is by dapsone, and the response is so rapid that this dermatitis herpetiformis can also be diagnosed therapeutically. What are the other neutrophilic dermatosis? Please give the answer in the comments. So this was the pathogenesis. So now that we have covered dermatitis herpetiformis, we will see some points about other options also. So pemphigus vulgaris, bullous pemphigoid and psoriasis. So pemphigus vulgaris and bullous pemphigoid are both autoimmune blistering conditions. They will present with blisters. So in pemphigus vulgaris, we see skin and mucosal blisters, whereas in pemphigus foliaceus, we get only blisters on skin, no mucosal involvement. Why? Because in vulgaris we have antibodies against DSG 1 and 3. DSG is desmoglein, and we can remember it like this, that We can remember it like this, that 3 looks like an M, ulta M. So DSG3 is present in mucosa, DSG1 is present in skin. In vulgaris we have antibodies against both, and in foliaceus we have antibodies against only one. So that is why it presents with only skin manifestation. Also, in pemphigus foliaceus, we have a subcorneal split. So the roof is made by only the stratum corneum. So it is a weak roof. So it bursts easily and it presents as raw areas in seborrheic distribution. Whereas in pemphigus vulgaris, it has a suprabasal split. Because of that, the roof contains 4 layers. It is a stronger roof, we can say, and it has less tendency to rupture as compared to foliaceous. So it presents with both blisters and raw areas in skin and mucosa. And because of the suprabasal split, we get a row of tombstone appearance on histopathology. What it means is that these are the stratum basal cells, and the upper layers of the epidermis are separated. This is the split, and here we have the fluid, and the stratum basal cells in a row appear like tombstones. So row of tombstones. Then coming on to bullous pemphigoid, the clues that will be given here are that it often occurs in the elderly and there is itching before the onset of lesions. And one more important point is that in pemphigus group of disorders, the Nikolsky sign is positive. Why? Because they have intraepidermal split. Whereas in bullous pemphigoid, the Nikolsky sign is negative because it has subepidermal split. Then psoriasis, which is a completely different thing. It is not a blistering disorder. It presents with erythematous scaly plaques. Other clues that can be given are that on doing grattage test, that is when we rub these scales with a slide, we get Auspitz sign, that is pinpoint bleeding vessels are seen. So this was about the question for the day. Please do give your feedback in the comments. First of all, answer the question that I've asked earlier, and then please give your feedback in the comments that if you want any specific subjects, if you want PYQs or new questions, or any other feedback that you have, you can give. Thank you for watching.